So when do you call yourself a professional trader? This question was recently asked by The Good Fast over on Instagram. So a bit of a different question submitted there. Not too sure what to make of it, to be honest, but I thought, hey, let's run with it and answer it anyway. So when do you call yourself a professional trader? And I don't really know. It's quite a subjective question, if you ask me. My first thought is, why does it matter? Because ultimately it's just like a social status type thing. Ego's attached to that, and particularly as we know in trading, if you attach your ego and emotions to things too much, then it usually heads in a negative direction. And the more I thought about this question, I thought, there's not really any positive purpose to attaching a label or branding yourself as a professional trader. It might sound good, it might sound nice, it might be the case, but where's the positive in that? Where's the upside? There isn't really one to my mind. I think overall, if you're seeking validation and you want people to call you a certain thing, then again, it's a road to nowhere. It's a dead end. It's something that's not really going to help you out or benefit you on your journey. If anything, it's going to add pressure and make things a little bit harder for you in terms of mentality and what you're doing in the markets. But when pushed, if I had to sort of give a point where I decided that I'll call myself a professional trader, I don't think I ever really did that initially. Not until Betfair did that when they contacted me to be part of their marketing campaign along with a couple of others. Obviously, they own the exchange, they can see the results, so if they're calling me it, then that's cool. I'm happy to run with that, call myself that as well. Obviously I have a blog and a site, so you could argue there's some benefit to that as well. I'm not going to deter you from thinking that I'm trying to shy away from that. But yeah, so I don't know, if you're making $3-4 grand a month, which I would consider as a full-time income, then I guess you could call yourself a professional trader. I think back when they contacted me at the time, it's probably about 5 years ago now, I was probably making about 8 or 10 grand a month, something like that. So yeah, that's when I would say that it's fine to call yourself a pro. Not that it really matters. It really doesn't matter whatsoever in my mind though. I think, like I said, it serves more negative purpose than it does positive. Which makes me wonder, where's the question come from and why? And I guess it's probably quite innocent. I've not seen that profile ask that sort of question or anything before. But it raises the issue is there's a lot of fakes online, and particularly in places like Twitter. And you see a lot of fake accounts, and they're usually there just to spew negativity and attack people and all that kind of stuff. And you have to ask yourself, why are these people doing that? Is it a case of there's like this big epidemic of people with mental health issues that just decide to spend their days attacking people? Or is it people with an agenda which potentially are competitors or trying to sell different products, software, that kind of stuff? I think a lot of that happens. Not to want to be too negative myself, because quite frankly I don't really care about it. It's not something that really bothers me at all. I have, in the past, I guess, if you push me back a few years, it kind of bothered me a bit then. Really don't care anymore. But when people are hiding their details and who they are, and they're just being negative, then there's usually an agenda or purpose attached to that. And you see that as well also with some websites where people hide who they are also. And then of course you've got the tipsters on Twitter as well, which I'm not talking about specifically trading, but sort of like the betting tipsters, the ones that go, follow me and we'll go from £10 to £2,000 challenge or whatever, and they do it again and again, but just don't forget to click this link, click this link, click this link. And they're usually just bookmakers affiliates, and it might be a little bit of fun and all that sort of stuff, and when the fun stops, but at the end of the day, all they're trying to do is get people to click their link, follow their challenge, eventually do their nuts, and then they get a load of commission off the bookmakers because they made people bet more via their link. So just be aware that, I think a lot of people are aware in this day and age anyway. People aren't stupid at home, but you see a lot of that. Other places like Instagram, you see people throwing cash on the bed, standing in front of Lamborghinis and planes, which is brilliant if you've got all of that. But I think attaching that validation of, I'm a pro, then it serves no real purpose. And there's a lot of people that are conning themselves, making themselves feel bad, because it will make you feel bad over the long term if you keep saying you're something that you're not. And ultimately, over time, you see who the real people are and who the ones aren't, because they're the ones that stand the test of time and are validated by places like Betfair and stuff like that as well. So yeah, it's just a bit of a broad answer, different question, not really one that I'd normally bother answering, but ultimately my view is validation serves no real positive benefit for you attaching the tag of I'm a professional trader to yourself. If anything, it does quite the opposite. So if anyone else has got a question, please submit in the comments below, community forum, places like that where we ask, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can.